Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we got our generic Digital World playmat, along with Impmon and Guilmon and the Agumon memory marker, along with two decks. These are the two that I did kind of like a breakdown a while ago of, where it is the Guilmon and Gabumon and Agumon and Renamon decks. And one of the comments I got on those was like, I liked those, I'd like to see more two Digimon decks. And I don't know why, but it got me thinking a bit. And I wanted to try something that I don't think I've seen anyone else do. Because, like, it's hard to do, and I'm like, this isn't going to be optimal. But to give you a little bit of backstory, another one of the games that I've played is Magic the Gathering. I own a fair amount of Magic the Gathering cards. I played a lot way back in the day, in the 90s. I stopped for a long time, got in for a brief while, stopped again. And then I found out that they made some packs called Jumpstart packs. And the way these work is that there are 20 cards in a Jumpstart pack. And they are like made to be half of a deck. And they'll have a card telling you something about it. So this is Overachiever. And the idea is that you would buy two of these, shuffle them together, and you'd have a deck ready to go. Just jump in, play a game of Magic. And the great thing about them is that they are fairly cheap, and if you get a bunch, you can kind of keep them separated after you play a game. You just separate them back out, and then you can use them at a later date and just pick out ones that look neat to you. So you can just like look at the front and be like, oh, Overachiever, that looks neat. Or you can like pick out a different one. So I was thinking, what if Jumpstart, but for Digimon? And so I have made, in here, 12 separate half Digimon decks. 2 of each color, minus white. So there's 2 reds, 2 blues, 2 yellows, 2 greens, 2 blacks, and 2 purples. And the idea that I'm going to try with some friends is we are going to grab 2. And the rule is that you can't choose 2 of the same color. So you can't choose red and red. You won't be able to choose yellow and yellow, etc. And you'll shuffle them together and play a game with them. Some of them are going to be better than others, just because there was actually, when I was building these, there was one that I built, and it was just not good after I'd built the rest in comparison. I'm like, I gotta rethink that one. I tried to pick cards that, like, weren't super powerful, that the archetypes weren't overpowered. But yeah, that's kind of what I went for, and I figure, let's look at them, and see if this is a good idea or a bad idea. At a future date, I will try to test these decks, but I have just finished them, and I figured we can start looking at them. So let's start with one of the red decks, and we will go over kind of how I put these together. So each of these are 25 cards, which is half a Digimon deck, and then 2 eggs. So that's just going to make things a little janky. But starting out with this red deck, we got 2 of the BT5 Koromon. When attacking once per turn, if this Digimon has Omnimon or Greymon other than Doru Greymon, Burning Greymon, or Dex Doru Greymon in its name, trigger, draw 1 card. Like I said, we got 2 copies of that. This isn't a Greymon deck because I didn't want just a straight up Greymon deck. Once you see the rookies, you'll see kind of where this is going. Speaking of rookies, we are starting out with 4 copies of Flamemon. I built a hybrid deck for this one. He is a 3 play cost, 0 Digivolution cost, 1000 DP. On play, by trashing 1 Digimon card with hybrid trait, draw 2. Inherit effect your turn, while this Digimon has hybrid or 10 warrior trait, it gains plus 2000 DP. So pretty straightforward there. And then continue on. We've got 3 copies of a different Flamemon. This one's from BT7. 3 play costs, 0 Digivolution costs, 1000 DP. On play, reveal the top 4 cards of your deck. Add 1 card with hybrid in its traits, Susanomon or Takuya, among them to your hand. Place the remaining cards at the bottom of your deck in any order. Inherit effect, on deletion, you may play 1 Takuya from your hand without paying the memory cost. This one is pretty important. In every deck, there is going to be 7 rookies, because I want to keep everything fairly even. And searching is going to be super important in these, because having half a deck of like red and half a deck of green and not having them really mesh together much, searching is super important for that. So that's why we put 3 copies of this in here. And then moving on to the champions, we have 2 copies of a Goonimon from BT12. 6 play cost, 2 Digivolution cost, 5000 DP. Digivolve 1 from Burning Greymon. You may Digivolve this card from your hand onto one of your Takuyas, as if that card was level 3 Digimon. On deletion, you may play 1 Flamemon from your hand suspended without paying the cost. Inherited effect, on deletion, you may play 1 Takuya from your hand without paying the cost. So this one, it's pretty streamlined as far as stuff is going, because it is an archetype. It's not amazing, but still, I'm like, this is a good start for these. And then we got 3 copies of Burning Greymon, which is a 6 play cost, 3 Digivolution cost, 6000 DP. Digivolve 1 from a Goonimon. You may Digivolve this card from your hand onto one of your Takuyas, as if that card was a level 3 Digimon, for the Digivolution cost of 2. When Digivolving, this Digimon gets plus 2000 DP for the turn. Inherited effect, your turn, while this Digimon has hybrid or 10 warrior trait, it gets plus 2000 DP. So I went with 3 of these and 2 Agunimons, because I feel like, again, we're cutting these decks in half. So having this plus 2000 DP is much better, and the idea is that you would put down Burning Greymon, then a Goonimon, then another Burning Greymon, if you got that chance, so that you would get a lot more back and forth. And that is all of the champions, because each deck only has 5 champions. So moving on to Ultimates, we have 2 copies of Aldemon from BT7. He is an 8 play cost, 3 Digivolution cost, 8000 DP. When one of your Digimon with a Tamer card in its Digivolution cards Digivolves into this card in your hand, reduce the memory cost of the Digivolution by 2. When Digivolving, if a card with hybrid in its traits is in this Digimon's Digivolution cards, this Digimon gets plus 4000 DP for the turn. Inherited effect, your turn. While this Digimon has hybrid or 10 warriors in its trait, it doesn't activate security effect on option cards it checks. So that, really powerful. Love that inherited effect. Still kind of going in with the theme of hybrid, which, why wouldn't it? These are all from that. And then our last ultimate is the BT12 Aldemon, who's an 8 play cost, 3 Digivolution cost, 8000 DP. Hand main phase, by placing 1 Agunimon and 1 Burning Greymon from your trash under one of your Takuya in any order, Digivolve it into this Digimon card as if it was a level 4 Red Digimon for the Digivolution cost. On deletion, return 1 Takuya from your trash to your hand. That is going to be very important, because again, this is a half deck, so the Takuyas we do have, we want to bring them back. We want to get them back. So we definitely need that, because there's not a full set of Takuyas in this deck. And then we've got our first Mega, which is Ancient Greymon. I wish that this one wasn't a secret, because to me that kind of bends a little bit of the rules of the Jumpstarts, because this is like super rare. But anyways, this is a 12 play cost, 5 Digivolution cost, 13,000 DP. Your turn. For each Digimon card in this Digimon's Digivolution cards with Greymon in its name, other than Doru Greymon, Burning Greymon, or Dex Doru Greymon, or hybrid in its forms, this Digimon gets security attack +1. On deletion, you may play one red level 4 or lower Digimon card with hybrid in its form from your hand without paying the memory cost. So again, it's getting a lot of security attack from all the hybrids. Definitely a good card to put in there. And then because I wanted to get both sides, the second Mega is Emperor Greymon. 11 play cost, 3 Digivolution cost, 11,000 DP. It's got a security attack +1 when Digivolving. Delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 6,000 DP or less. If this Digimon has a Tamer card in its Digivolution cards, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with DP less than or equal to this Digimon's DP instead. On deletion, you may play one Takuya from your trash without paying the cost. So again, we're getting that Takuya back out on the field. Very important. And those are the Digimon. We got 7 rookies, we got 5 champions, we got 3 ultimates, and we got 2 megas. And then our first tamer is the Takuya from BT12, 4 play cost. Security, play this card without paying the cost. Start of your turn, if you have 2 memory or less, set it to 3. Inherited effect, your turn, this Digimon gets plus 2,000 DP. While this Digimon has 10,000 DP or more, it gains your turn once per turn. When this Digimon checks an opponent's security, gain 2 memory. So every single deck that I have built, these half decks, every single one of them has one card that is, if you have 2 memory or less, set your memory to 3. Because I wanted it to, again, be kind of even on that aspect. So that was very important to me. Because it's one of my favorite tamer effects. And then the other tamer we got is the Takuya from BT7. 3 play cost. Security, play this card without paying its memory cost. Main, once per turn. You may place 5 cards with hybrid in their traits from your trash under this tamer in any order to digivolve it into Emperor Greymon in your hand for its digivolution cost, as if this tamer is a level 5 red Digimon. Inherited effect, your turn. This Digimon gets plus 2,000 DP. While this Digimon has 10,000 DP or more, it gains security attack +1. So yeah, it is limited to Emperor Greymon, which kind of limits it. But everything else about it, definitely liked. And I didn't want to put 2 copies of this in, because that would have changed the power scale of all the decks. So there's the 2 tamers. So next, we've got the option cards, which we have 6 of for every single deck. And this deck starts off with Atomic Inferno. 1 play cost, main one of your Digimon with hybrid in its forms, gets plus 3,000 DP and security attack +1. And your turn, when this Digimon is blocked, gain 3 memory for the turn. Inherited effect, or security effect, all of your Digimon gain security attack +1 until the end of your next turn. So this second ability that when this Digimon is blocked, gain 3 memory for the turn. There's not any blockers in any of the decks. Really, it was for the security attack +1 that we did this, and it's very cheap. So that could definitely do us some good there. And then we've got Scrap Claw, which is a 3 play cost. Main, one of your Digimon gains piercing. Where's the end of that? For the turn. So yeah, that one, again, pretty straightforward. 3 allows you to tack into something, which these guys are going to be pretty big and beefy, so this is good. And the fact that you can give this to something that you combine this deck with is great. Kind of giving you some ability there. Then we got Red Memory Boost. Every single deck has one of the memory boosts. It's to their color, and again, I just felt like they needed it, because these allow you to search the top 4 cards of your deck, add 1 Digimon among them to... add 1 matching Digimon color among them to the hand, place the rest at the bottom of the deck in any order, then place this card in the battle area to give you more memory, and security, place this card in the battle area. So again, this is more consistency, which I definitely think is a bigger deal in these half decks. Because I can't go as wild being like, oh, we got super consistency. Because half of the deck is going to be consistent with what it wants to do, and then the other half is going to be consistent with what the other half wants to do. And there might be some overlap, but we can't totally hope for that. Then we've got 4-cost Pyro Dragons. Main, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 6,000 DP or less. Then if you have then you may have one of your Digimon with the hybrid trait get plus 3,000 DP for the turn and attack a player with it. Security, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 6,000 DP or less. So again, we're buffing up our big guys. Maybe we can get some of those abilities off the other cards to proc because it's getting that plus 3,000. Maybe they'll go up above 10,000, and that could help. Then we've got Fire Drake Strike for 4. Main, choose one of your Digimon with the hybrid in its traits. Delete one of your opponent's Digimon with DP less than or equal to the chosen Digimon's DP. In security effect, you may play one Takuya from your hand or trash without paying the memory cost. Again, another way to get our very few Takuyas back to the field and being able to pump up Digimon so that the DP is super high and we can just delete opponents' things. And then the final card for this half deck is Gigastorm. 7 play cost, main, delete up to 2 of your opponent's Digimon with 8,000 DP or less. Security, activate this card's main effect. This one is kind of to help wipe the board a little, because I'm going to imagine that with consistency not being what it is, 2 8,000s is a lot more likely in this kind of structure where everything can't play together as nicely. And with that, we have looked at the hybrid red half deck. Next time we'll look at something different. Before we end though, as I like to do, we have to have some sort of card opening. And doing all these gave me an excuse to break out these ones that have been kind of sitting off to the side. I don't have enough of them, so I have ordered more. If they don't come in time, I'll go get some packs and we can open those types of things. But this one is a box promotion pack from Next Adventure. It's the babies. So hopefully we can get something good out of this. Like, again, I would probably want purple or black memory boost. I like both of those because I actually have decks that I could throw those in. It'd be cool to get another one and kind of continue the alt art. But we got purple memory boost. Look at that. Awesome. Well, we went over red memory boost. We've seen this one enough. I don't have to explain it. So with that, that's the first half deck. Let me know what you guys think of this idea. Is this something that you would like to try? That maybe with your friends, everyone builds like some half decks and then you guys swap with each other. The main reason why I like them being alternate colors is so that they will be easy to split back up. So maybe you have to might agree on like what alternate colors you want. So like, oh, I'll build yellow and red and you build blue and green. And then you put them all in the same kind of sleeves so you can just pick them and shuffle them together and see how that would work. Let me know again what you guys think of this idea down in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, give it a good old thumbs up, hit that like button. If you haven't, please do subscribe. I really do appreciate it. It helps this channel. We upload videos on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And as always, until then, I will see you next time.